Now, yes, okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the HR Inspire Motivation Through Mentoring Program. Now, just to put a little bit on share about the framework and the overall mentoring journey, that what you're going to, what we call it, going through for the next few months, yeah, with us. And AB will actually continue the presentation by showing you what is the system that we're going to apply and also how the system can support your mentoring journey with Asia HRM. So here we are going to use the GROW model from the framework that you see here. You talk to your mentor and to be mentored by your mentor, but you also will actually have this journey, including the case studies, sharing sessions. So you can have, you can basically enjoy and meet up each other. And first of all, you can see on the left is one-to-one mentoring. That's when you're going to actually meet your mentor, discuss, critical analysis, maybe discuss about the case study that you read, and so on. So where you can get this case study, I think AB will actually share with you later from the system. So you will actually play, or not play, basically enjoy the whole journey between the system and your mentor. So this is something that actually we think that going to support our mentee throughout the journey. So this one-to-one mentoring will cover the GROW model whereby you will be you will actually discuss with your mentor what you basically want to achieve, yeah, where currently you are in reality in terms of your career, in terms of your personal achievement and all that, and what kind of the option or the what you want to do moving forward, and of course what is your plan. It's all will be discussed along the way after for the several months when you are in with your mentor. At the same time, you also will be bring into group mentoring session once in a while. I think later Abby will share. And in this group mentoring session, you will meet up with other mentor and also other mentee for us to be able to communicate, to discuss, and for you also to be network, to build your networking among us, because we are in Asia. So this is also good time, not only to discuss and communicate with your mentor, but at the same time, you also can communicate with others as well. Because we want this journey of you for the next few months will be meaningful. Yeah, will be meaningful not only but in your own career, but of course to build out your networking as well. Now, at the same time, the system will allow you to actually log or journal your journey, journal what you have learned, or journal what you actually plan to do moving forward. So basically, you're going to have your own direction at the end of the program. And the best thing about the system, the best thing about the system, you can actually see your program from the first day until the final of the month. Let's say if you go for 5 months, you will see your progress because you're going to have that journal with you. So the sharing session, I think like you see in the calendar just now, you're also going to have or to attend few sharing session along the way. So that also will allow to for you to get more idea, to get more knowledge from others, others than your mentor. Now, the overall journey, just want to share a little bit on the overall journey. If you see here, now this is the overall journey that you're going to face. If you see from the slide that I show you, today we are at the welcome briefing. Yeah, welcome briefing. So then after this, Abby will bring you through the introduction to the platform itself. Yeah, then you will be given the welcome. Just now, you will be given some period of time for you to familiar with the system before we start our journey, our mentoring journey. So if you see here, the top part here, the program team, the administration team will make sure that you come for your mentoring session. Please commit to your mentoring session. And of course, every part or every journey of this mentoring session, for example, you got your GROW plan, your GROW activities. And after that, you're going to start to write down your journey. So the one in red, if you can see MS journaling, is when you're going to utilize your system. Later what Abby going to explain to you, what you have learned, what is your plan, and how you're going to target your plan. And these will going on, continuously when you're still in this mentoring session. So the system will be your buddy for the next few months to ensure that you're going to write in what you have learned, what is your plan, and what is moving forward. Then after that, you will go, then you will attempt to the next session whereby you will talk more on your milestone, your plan, your continued growth with your mentor, and focus on the communication. And once again, you also need to actually journal or write the journal that you actually plan with your mentor in the system, and continue with the review, the goal and the milestone where you are at that point of time. So whatever that you have discussed with your mentor, or whatever that mentor have shared with you, you will see all these because it should be logged, or it should be written down in your system. And of course, at the almost to the end of your session, you're going to commit to the action. You need to actually write your progress report. You need to actually continue to engage with others. Please join all these other, what you call it, group coaching. Please join the sharing session and all that, because it really gives you a value added on your mentoring journey. Yeah. And of course, finally, you're going to prepare your plan forward. And like I said just now, you can always come back and revisit your system in order for you to track your journey and to see where, how far you have, come so far in your mentoring journey. Yeah, the green box under that, that's when you can see the content in your system that I'll be going to show you later on. Will be the content will be vary from article, journal, videos, and so on. So I think if you don't have any question, if you have any question, you can please do ask me a question. If not, I will pass back the floor to I'm not sure, is it MC or is it straight away to Abby? Any questions so far? I assume no. Okay, Abby, I pass the floor to you. I can read. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, can. Okay, I just want to check if everyone can hear me clear. And
yes,
I will
hear you.
Thank you. I will just bring up my screen. I want to do this in two parts. I know there's a lot that is going on right now in all of your minds, because I think there is a mentoring piece, right, in terms of meeting up, between the mentor mentees, and then there is the platform or the system which enables all of you to track what you are discussing, the goals, and all of that, right? From my experience in the earlier mentoring programs, these two should go hand in hand. But I think I would take this opportunity to introduce the platform. But I will assure you that we'll be around to help you out getting used to the platform, because getting used to the platform is definitely important. But I think the focus sometimes is on the mentoring, which should be right in terms of the overall framework that you saw Emilia covered, in terms of setting the context, meeting with the mentors and the mentees. So I think take time to get used to the platform. Feel free to reach out, right? There would be areas that you all may get stuck or need more help and guidance. More than happy to kind of facilitate all of those discussions. And it can be a one-on-one, and I'm sure Rita and Emilia and Rani we'll be doing some common sessions as well, right? Where we will take them through the platform. Let's say today I will show you, but I don't know how much you will really remember, but we have the recording, right? We will also follow through with the links and instructions, because there's a sign up process. And then, the tracking of, using the journal, then like Amelia mentioned, some of the collaterals in terms of learning will also be loaded onto the platform. So we will definitely, help you with separate sessions which you can join. And if you get stuck, more than happy to kind of try and problem solve on the call itself, right? So I'll bring up the screen, and like I said, I'll do this in two parts. The first part, which all of you would have to go through, and which will be something that we will share subsequently, is the sign up process, right? So there will be a link that will be shared. You see the link on top here, and that's the link which all of them, we'll definitely give you a shorter link, but through a link which has to be opened on your browser, you need to go through the sign up process. So if this is the page where you would be landing in terms of the sign up. I want to reaffirm that, restate that all mentors and mentees, everyone needs to sign up on the platform. What you saw in some of the earlier videos is something that is already here as collaterals. There is some introduction to the program, some good tips, the code of honor that Rani covered, and then comes the form. So you need to scroll down a little bit, and I'll quickly run through the form so that all of you can relate to it when we send out the instructions. I'm just trying to increase the size a little bit. Yeah. So if you see, all of you, there are a few fields which you would have to fill up. The first one says user type, and you will see two values in the drop down. These are mostly self-explanatory, but the mentee has to use the first one, which reads as learner mentee. Mentors have to use the second one. It's important for you to use the right one because you get access to certain functionalities after logging in or after the sign up process based on the mentor mentee profile. So user type is important. In case you make a mistake, reach out to us, right? I mean, things can happen, but feel free to reach out. So this is something that's important. The next set comes with the email, the name, the phone number. The phone number is important because I think there is an OTP verification process which makes the future use of the platform very easy. And if you see, all of these fields are mandatory. So there's a phone number and there's a username. If you scroll down, there's something which I'm highlighting now, which is a coupon code. This is something which will be given in the instructions. There is always an attempt from the technical team to embed the coupon code in the link itself. However, you just need to ensure that you're able to see a coupon code when you're doing the sign up. So the coupon code will get pre-populated in the field. If you see, it's not a field that I can enter right away. It's not a user entry field, but just to let you know that the coupon code helps users to get tagged to the Asia HRM mentoring journey. Once you fill up these and check all the boxes, you need to click on preview and follow the instructions. In the preview, once the preview happens, it verifies the details and then goes through an email verification process, which will end the sign up as such. There'll be instructions. We will also create short videos, right, in terms of how to sign up. You should be able to, go through the videos and sign up. But again, like I said, anywhere you'll get stuck, while meeting the mentor or the mentee, and the meetings and the goal settings are important as per the framework Amelia shared, feel free to, get used to the platform right from the beginning because there's a slight learning curve. We'll try and make it as easy as possible. Now I'll take you to a next screen where I've already signed up, right? And you will be able to see something which is a mentoring journey. Sorry, just bear with me because I think I'm on a admin login. So what typically happens is you would be able to see once you log in inside the page, you would on top see the HR Inspire Motivate through mentoring Asia HRM. And what you see on the screen is just 4 tiles, right? So each one of these are called is what we call a tile. Again, today you just see 4. But as and when we have the learning courses, we have more collaterals, we will continue to add those as additional tiles on the screen. So as we progress through the weeks, you would see more tiles getting added. It's important that you just get used to the screen. And I think something that I missed mentioning is the initial sign up process has to be through the desktop or the web version. So through the link, like I mentioned. But let me assure that all of you that once you've completed the sign up process, there's a mobile app, right, which you can use, which you must use and give us feedback as well as we progress. But I don't want to kind of overwhelm all of you with the mobile app instructions right away, because today I think what I want to essentially cover is the sign up process, because I think we'll take it in steps and it's important for all of you to get used to the web version as far as the sign up is concerned. Now, you saw the framework that Amelia was mentioning. What we expect all of you to do is you see each of these tiles and you need to click on the start, and there would be three options on top, right? One is the learn mode, one is revise, and another is learning. Now, keeping a learning in mind, because all of this at the end of the day comes with a learning mindset, the first time that you go through, it's best to go through the learn mode. In the learn mode, each of these come as single tiles that is inside, sorry, each of these come as a learning card inside a tile, and you just keep clicking on next card, and you would see a lot of the material that was covered today by Amelia. We will also load here so that you have access to those, right? I heard Amelia mentioning that we would be able to share those frameworks with everyone, right? So we load these for your reference, and these are some of the cards and the structures that you're expected to follow or recommended to follow week on week, right? So I don't want to go through all of these cards, but if I go back to the dashboard and come back to the journey, I think this is how we get used to what's there in terms of the learning, right? Now, what I'm trying to do here is show you just one more thing, which I promise that we will have future sessions to take you through. But if you see one of the times, so you saw a mentoring video that's also loaded here for your review, and for you to go through, and anyone who's not attending this meeting. The mentoring calendar that you saw is loaded in the style, so you have access to that. The time that I want to just give you an introduction to is the journal. So I heard Nilia covering about the journal, and then journal is what you keep track of, what you're doing. Any mentoring program is mentee driven, right? So it's a mentee's goals, which the mentor is trying to facilitate and guide. So the expectation is that mentees fill up the journal, while the mentors would also be able to see the style when they log in. The expectation is not that mentors fill this up. So the weekly mentoring journal, as we call this, the mentees fill up. In the system at the back end, there's a mapping between each mentee and mentor after the sign-up process is completed. So what happens is when a mentee fills this up, let me open the journal because there's a small, guideline also inside. So this is how it looks when the mentee will try to submit a journal. There are some of the help templates which are there. The mentees can use this. It's typically, you saw week 1, week 2 in the framework. Mentees can mention which week this journal pertains to, and use these as guidelines or templates. While these are there, mentees and mentors are more than free to go and use anything else, use the space to document anything over and above these headers. So no restrictions there. These are just indications what the space could be used for. There's an option to upload a file. Sometimes it happens that if the mentor-mentee is meeting up and there is already an offline document or some other document, the mentees want to upload it. That's possible here. And mentees can save this as draft till the time they want to submit. On submission, the journal goes to the mapped mentor. So, and the mentor is able to see it through a link on the mentor side. I promise to cover it later, so that you all don't get confused with the sign up process. But there's a journaling, and primarily there would be learning courses, there would be journals. It's always good to use the platform to keep track of the journals as the weeks progress. I'll stop here, and I'm more than happy to take any questions if anyone has questions, comments, feedback. But then I'm available later on as well. Back to you, Rani or Emilia.
Abhi, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the explanation. Before we go to the next schedule, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to write down your question on a chat box so we can read it and then we can answer it. The questions can go to Abin or also to Emilia.
So,
For the
so
previous,
I have a question for Abby. If you show us a template for the journal, right? So if we want to do we have to create a journal by ourselves, or we can simply get one blank sort of having the template from the system from the platform? How do we create a new journal from the, this platform?
Yeah. Thanks for asking, Rita. Thanks for asking. Sorry, I missed that. So today you see just one tile called week 1 journal. What we will do is, and because we didn't want to add all the placeholders for all the weekly journals at once, we just added one tile as of now. But what we will do is every Monday morning or beginning of the week, we will add another space which the learners and the mentees, mentors will be able to see. So today we see week 1 journal. Next week, when the second week starts, we'll add another placeholder for a week 2 journal. So on a weekly basis, if the mentor mentee wants to use the same week 1 journal or week 2 journal, we will create those placeholders, Rita, so that they can make use of a weekly tracker and they know the progress at a later point in time in terms of week on week, what did they map as goals or plan as goals, and then how much were they able to achieve. So the provision and the placeholders would be made available week on week as we progress through the week.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I understand. But if their progress is not week on week, because we require actually that's the recommendation that they meet every 2 weeks, right? So in this case, they still work on this week on week journal, or they can do it every 2 weeks.
So they are free to use either a weekly schedule, because even if the meeting happens, let's say once in 2 weeks, the mentee could be actually working at the back end right after going back. So the mentees are free to use a weekly pattern, or they can use week 1, week 3, if that's what they're following in terms of how they work towards their goals.
I see. I saw a question from Emily, right? Saying, we still make revisions after the journal entry is submitted?
Yeah. So thanks, Emily, for asking. That's why. So the straight answer is no. After it's submitted, the mentee cannot change anything in the journal entry. But there could be some additional inputs, right? So let me then go back to what happens when a mentor sees the weekly journal that a mentee has submitted. So one, the mentee has an option of saving as draft till the time the mentee wants to submit. The mentee can make use of that. Once they submit, the journal entry gets committed to the system. The mentee cannot change anything in that entry. However, there would be text boxes below. And when we share those videos, how to create a journal and how to maintain a journal, there would be videos at the bottom. There would be spaces at the bottom where the mentee can go and add comments and save. And all of that stays for the mentee and the mentor's view. So in order to maintain data sanctity of the system, once submitted, there cannot be made a change, but there can be additions by making comments. It's like a chat window, it will look like, right, if there's comments. Now, the expectation is that when the mentee submits a journal, mentor is able to see, and mentor also adds on to the comments. Again, mentor cannot make change to what the mentee has submitted, but can always add comments in the space below.
Abby, if I may add,
Yes.
I think that's what AB said. Once you log in, you cannot basically edit. However, if let's say, because we understand during this mentoring and mentee session, sometimes you have along the way you will learn something that you might basically miss on your first week. It's okay, you just log in whatever you learn in the third or fourth week, because sometimes once we go to 2 or 3 rounds, then we realize, oh, something that we haven't talked about during our goal. Never mind, just log in. That's the reason why the journal is there, for you to revisit back and actually look what have you done, and where do you actually where do you reach, and what do you have also spotted or basically learned along the way. So it's really meant to be your experience meant to be logged at any week that actually you have conversation with your mentor. Is okay. Thank you.
Agree, Amelia. Thank you so much. I will stay away from showing that today, but thanks for bringing that up, because I think quickly then I can mention what all a mentor mentee can do with the platform, and it's not just the journal.
Okay.
So there's journaling. The mentees fill up, like I said, the mentors are able to review and add comments. Then the mentor can actually go ahead, both mentor and mentee can go through all the learnings that we upload here, right? Amelia mentioned about those. So today you see one of the tiles, which is the video that many of you who joined early saw the video. So if you go on to start, we've loaded the video here, right? So you just need to again go through the learn mode, and you will see the video opening inside the platform here, right? So advantages, like Rita mentioned, you do not have to go elsewhere or to any other platform. So everything in terms of the learning and journaling and other activities happen inside. Uh, the other thing that mentors can do is mentors can actually go ahead, and there's a calendar functionality in the platform, which the mentors can open up slots in their calendar. And when they open up those slots in their calendar, mentees can actually see the calendar slots on their side. And the way it always works is the mentee mentor pair, right, who's been mapped at the back end, will have these interactions, right? So all mentees don't see all mentors calendar. It's only if I'm a mentee, I see my mentor's calendar. And when I see the calendar, if the mentor has opened up a slot, I will be able to go and set up a meeting. And there's an option for the mentor mentee to use a video call link, and the video call also happens through the platform. The advantage for all of this is it's an ecosystem, right? There's an attendance kind of thing that also happens at the back end, through which we can also just track the engagement. In terms of the journaling also, when the mentee submits the journal, there's an entry at the back end saying mentee has submitted the journal. So as a program team, we are able to understand, if anyone is getting stuck or if any of the issues through these. While we don't have access to the actual content for data privacy reasons, the mentor-mentees conversations are viewed by the mentor-mentee only. The program team doesn't have access to the actual conversation that's going on or the actual content in the journals. We just know that a journal entry has been submitted or its progress. So through that, we track the progress. So I promised Rita that let's introduce these in phases. I definitely want the entire group to go through the sign-up process successfully. And journaling is one of the key things that they would use, right? The journaling and the learning. So I thought I'll introduce those today, but in the future sessions, like I mentioned, I'm more than happy to, do, let's say, one session next week, and also be available on different slots so that, anyone in a different time zone can make use of those. But we'll definitely do a little demo and then send in videos as the weeks progress in terms of how to set up those meetings from a mentor side, mentee side, how to actually join a meeting. But joining a meeting, you don't need to always log in. You can, if you have the link, you'll be able to join in. right? So there are a lot of these. We'll definitely introduce these as we progress. But thanks, Rita, for asking.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Abby. I think there is a question from, let me see, from Reno. Is that from Reno? I can't see it. Reno now.
Okay, Abby, can I, maybe you like to share if, let's say, mentor have some case study or article they want to share that we can put in the library as part of the, as part of the content?
Let me see.
We can definitely do that.
Mhm.
The only thing is today, the content creation or the loading of the content is held with the program team, as in with us.
Yep.
So that, more than happy to do that. If the mentor is able to share that with us offline, we'll be more than happy to maybe quickly put it into a few slides, or if it's a video. So video, audio, PowerPoint, image, all of those are supported,
Yeah.
right? So I think we
So
can do that.
all these content or article or even case study that shared to the program team, we will put that in library, right? Abby, and can be accessed to all mentee. So we
Yeah.
will share all these content, articles and whatever information, even though maybe one mentor share, but we also will share for the rest of the mentee in the program.
Yeah.
Right, Abby?
Yes. Yeah. So only thing I think what we will maintain outside the platform is any issues with the sign up process, because I think the sign up process is something, a gateway, let's say, which each mentor mentee has to cross to go into the platform. And since everything is on the platform, if they get stuck with the sign up process, my experience is they're not able to access anything, right? So there'll be one or two links that all of you should look out for in case you get stuck in terms of how to get onto the platform. And don't hesitate to just raise a red flag at any point in time. We're more than happy to get into a quick call, solve the problem. While all of you know that technology is an enabler, technology can also become a pain sometimes, right? So just bear with us there. We'll definitely be around to kind of facilitate those situations. I hope nothing like that occurs, but in case something happens.
But Abby, I have a question, just in case once both mentors and mentees use the platform for journaling or for using it for one-on-one session, when they have some technical hiccups, is there any contact number or anybody can help them out at the moment that they have the hiccups?
Yeah. So I think we should create one, Rita, at our end of the program team and circulate that to everyone. I'm more than happy to be around to take those, as first point of contact, and then be the facilitator with the backend. I can always do that.
Thank you very much for the wonderful session today. Thank you. Thanks all the mentors and mentees.